Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we're looking at a bottle of Hop Rod Rye from Bear Republic in California, and in particular Healdsburg, Coverdale, California. An 8% speciality ale, obviously a rye beer. I've had this once before, and I think, yeah, I did. I got a full bottle. My friend Richard, the owner of Magic Rock Brewing, brought me a bottle of this back from Arizona. Oh, wow, it must be about 3 years ago now, and I do remember it very fondly. Pouring into the glass, you can see straight away it's like a nice deep red, kind of mahogany looking colour. Probably one of the earlier, more established rye ales, I guess this. The head, off-white, virgin or pale beige. Not much really, it's kind of dissipating. This glass, well, I'm using my Ora beer glass from De Dole in Belgium. It's not really suitable for that, but I mean, it's a nice bowl shape. You get a nice, you get to pull out those aromas quite nicely with this. Anyway, talking of aromas, let's get my nose in this and see what I've got. There's definitely straight away something that there's an aroma that reminds me of Racer 5. There's that link in there, which is oranges, juicy oranges, fleshy grapefruit, but then there's a element in there which is clearly the influence of those rye malts. Yeah, it is. It's rye bread. It's not as peppery as some rye beers can be. It's got a nice sweetness to it. Yeah, maybe a kind of like a mild paprika edge as well in there. Oh, that's beautiful. It's straightforward, but at the same time relatively complex. It's that rye, it's that combination of rye, kind of blood oranges. I guess that's that burnt rye element is kind of making the orange seem a bit more tart. Oh, it's beautiful. Maybe a hint of plum in there as well. Kind of more like juicy pale stone fruits as well. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, cheers, let's have a taste. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. That really is a beautiful beer. But it is, one thing, I guess I'm becoming a lot more aware of rye beer. I think it's becoming, especially as a home brewer. I know I haven't done a rye beer yet, but a couple of friends have, and so I'm becoming a bit more aware of that kind of rye quality. And I know Buxton Brewery have done a beer with rye as well. I think called High Tor. So the flavours: grapefruit. It's that perfumed element of grapefruit. Oh, one thing I haven't mentioned, yeah, so it doesn't actually say on the bottle, this is 8%. And for one, wow, you'd never think it were 8%. Wow, it's got such a long flavour, such a length to it. Initially, I'm getting a sweetened blood orange and grapefruit, but that blood orange isn't as tart as it often could be. And then it becomes a little bit more prickly, a bit more pithy orange and grapefruit. Just then I got a bit of peach, and but that's constantly working side by side with that burn. It's like a burnt toast quality they get from a rye bread. Like a burnt wholemeal bread. Yeah, yeah. It's not it's not super peppery. There is that element in there, and I guess that's where I see that paprika. It's that smoked pepper, opposed to like a fragrant black pepper or that kind of raspiness of white pepper. It's definitely on that paprika kind of. Paprika's got a kind of a roundness to it and a softness, despite being relatively smoky. I mean, there's variations of paprika, as there is of anything really, I guess, as far as spices and flavourings go. But I always keep coming back to that, clearly. It's a beautiful beer. It really is an absolutely fantastic beer. I've never had a bad beer from Berry Republic. I mean, I've had old bottles of Racer 5, which haven't kind of lived up to standard, really. But, I mean, I know that beer is just out of this world. And this is another one. It's an absolute cracker. It really is. I can talk to you about it for ages, but I really shouldn't. Because, for one, I want to drink this beer. And for two, I want you to get on with the rest of your day. Anyway, so it's absolutely cracking, and for me, there's two beers that are kind of archetypal examples of quality rye beers. This is one, and the other one will be found as Red's Rye PA. They're dramatically different beers. And I had a couple of red ales today in York. I had one from Brody's down in London, and I had Rapture from Magic Rock. Massively different. I mean, this is a rye beer, but I guess there's a lot of similarities between those red ales and those rye beers. There's a lot of crossover, but as I said, Red's Rye and this are clearly two of the archetypal kind of forebearers of a style, and do it to absolute perfection. So that is a bottle of Hop Rod Rye speciality ale from Berry Republic in California, 8% ABV. You'd never know it, and it's an absolute corker. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.